Okay, I'm about to start my pellet penetration testing with the 3/8 inch plywood and plastilina modeling clay, starting off my Wildcat 25. The zero for this with the 33 grain JSBs is 44 yards. So that's where I'm going to put the clay rather than 50. I can't quite get 50 yards unless I'm going into the woods. So I'm going to go up and show you basically what I'm shooting at for material. Okay, there's my 3/8 inch plywood, my modeling clay. Indoors when I tried with the muzzle shots, it was only penetrating about 3.5 inches, and this block's 4 inches overall depth. I got 2 of them, so the pellet shouldn't go all the way through. So I'm going to set it up and take my first shot and open it up and take a measurement. I decided to save some plywood and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So this top pellet on the bull is the JSB 33, and the bottom pellet is the Benjamin Dones at 27.8 grains. So we'll see what we got when we open it up. Okay, the next 2 pellets I am trying are JSB King 25.39 grains on the top. Actually, my first shot went over here, so I wasn't satisfied. Put another shot there. The next pellet I did was the Air Arms Diablo Field, and they're 25.4 grains. Essentially the same pellet, though the Air Arms for me are a little bit more accurate. So I will open this up and see what I have for penetration. Okay, there's the JSBs. Measuring to the front of the tip of the pellet on all these penetration tests, and it is 2.0 inches. So it appears the lighter pellets are penetrating less at this distance, which is sort of what I expected. Okay, the Air Arms 25 caliber pellets went 2 5/16 inch deep, just slightly more than the JSB Kings. Okay, the next 2 pellets that I have here are the Beeman Extra Heavy 31.02 grains on the top, and I just bought the H&N Grizzly, which is called a bullet because it's not Diablo, it doesn't have a waist, and it is 31 grains. I barely caught the block on top and bottom, but I hope that it's given a pretty decent representative, being it's a little bit towards the outside, maybe a little bit more resistance. Okay, here's the Beeman Kodiak. I touched the pellet a little bit with the knife going in, but essentially I can see how far it went, and it went 2 3/4 inch. So a heavier pellet, going a little bit deeper. Not as deep as the King 33.95 grains, which went 3 5/16. So they seem to be the penetration winner so far. I'll flip this over and get the H&N Grizzly and see what it looks like. Okay, here's the H&N Grizzly 31.0 grain bullet pellet equivalent, and it went 4 inches into the tip. It is the winner. Oh, there went my tape off, but 4 inches total in. So I'm going to have to test it for accuracy and how well it does. Like I said, once again, the King Heavy MK2 33.95 grains went 3 5/16, but this is quite a bit more. So if I can get the accuracy out of these, maybe these will be a good pellet. Okay, I decided to try a couple groups with H&N Grizzly. This isn't a bad group. It's about 1 inch overall. If I just take these 4 3/4, here some flew up. If it's me, or some of the pellet skirts don't look 100% round. 1 2 3 4. There's 4 in about 3/8, and the other 3 went out. So they got some promise, and certainly with the penetration that they had in the clay, they could be a real groundhog killer. If the accuracy holds up, I'll do some more testing with them. Okay, I've switched to my Condor 22 caliber, comparing the penetration against the 25. First pellet, I'm trying the JSB 18.13 grain. Thing I'll note, when I was shooting the JSB before, I had the smaller insert and it was going about 900 feet per second, give or take. I got the larger insert in here, and I just shot a group at 44 yards, and it wasn't great. It was 1 inch plus, and that's probably because the pellets are probably going over 1,000 feet per second. But I'm not going to fool with the insert because I know the heavier pellets are better. But I've shot one shot down range into the clay, and we'll see what we have. Here's the group I just shot with the 18 grain JSB. It's probably going over 1,000 feet per second. I just measured it. It's 3/4 of an inch, but I know it shoots a lot better at a lower velocity. So there's the plywood I shot through the 3/8 inch into the clay, and we'll dig it out and see what the results are. Okay, there's the JSB 18.13 grains. They basically only went in 1 1/4 inches after going through 3/8 inch plywood. Not very good penetration afterwards. That's the result. Well, I just had a weird thing happen. I was getting set up for the next pellet, and we're shooting on the target, and one pellet would hit the target, another pellet wouldn't hit the target at all. So first thing I thought about was the moderator, and tightened it up once, didn't seem to help, and then I went over and tightened it up again, made sure it was seated, and shot this group with the U-Gins, and then went and shot one into the block. It's hitting where it's supposed to be, so let's open this up and see what we got. Okay, I just shot to the plywood and clay, the Jumbo Monster 22 caliber JSBs at 25.39 grains. So let's go to the block and see what we got. Okay, whoop. Okay, here is the JSB 22 caliber Jumbo Monster, and it went 2 7/8 inch deep. So heavier pellets going deeper is the routine here. Okay, the next pellet I tried in the 22 Condor was U-Gin pointed pellets, and they weigh 32.4 grains. Their downrange accuracy isn't that great, it's 1 inch plus, but let's see what they do penetration wise. There's the accuracy with the U-Gin pointed, that's 1 inch plus. Surprising. When I fired at the target, I put it dead center. That was using 1 hash mark. Hold under. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, here's the U-Gin pointed pellet. It tailed off as it went, but it went 4 inches deep. I think that's the equivalent, or maybe the winner of the day. This is 22 caliber. So for a headshot on a groundhog and penetration, this is a great pellet if you can get the accuracy out of it. And I'll have to try some more groups, see if I can improve my accuracy. I will add today on the Condor, I'm using my new SWFA Classic 12X rifle scope. I think it's a 42 millimeter objective, and it's got the Milrad reticle on it. I really like the reticle. Nice hash mark ticks, and you can't see nothing through here. But anyway, so I really like the aim points and cross hatches on it, and the knobs, the turrets. are nice clickable turrets, so it's a nice scope for the money. Okay, the last pellet that I tested today in the 22 caliber is a Beeman Kodiak Extra Heavy, 21.12 grains. Okay, here's the Beeman Kodiak. It did quite well, almost 3 3/8 inches deep. Of course, with the Condor, I have a larger insert, and I don't know the velocities of all these various pellets I'm testing today. If you were doing it in your rifle, you'd have to find the velocity that shoots the best and accuracy, and go from there. But once I tabulate all this information, I guess I can basically come to the conclusion which pellets penetrate better compared to other pellets of the same caliber and weights. So there's something to think of about this testing I'm doing. Doesn't mean it's the most accurate pellet, but penetration